Hey guys, welcome back to Six Cars. So today we are at beautiful Cobble Beach for the Cobble Beach Concours d'Elegance. I would dub this as the Canadian Pebble Beach just because of the setting, the prestigiousness of the event, and some of the cars that are here are absolutely remarkable. So I can't wait to show you guys. Things are just about to get underway. Got cars rolling in, just setting up. So I am going to flip the camera around and start showing you guys some of these cars right after you hit subscribe, like, comment, and share, as you already know what to do. But let's get right to it, guys. Yeah, start with some Americana here. It's kind of hard to really know too much about these old classics, but we do have a old Duesenberg here. Yeah, they're worth millions and millions of dollars. Nice old Cord there, some defunct auto manufacturers here. Really cool, like pink and red spec on this one. That is pretty interesting to see. Another Duesenberg, but if I flip around here, look at this, a 1938 Peugeot 402. This is the, look at it, Daromot Special Sports Roadster. Apparently the most desirable Peugeot model there is in their history. I did fact check it. There's about one that's sold at Gooding & Co. in 2017 at Pebble Beach auction, about 750,000. So I would say probably around $1 million they're worth now. The spec is just beautiful. I mean, actually look at that. Got the old racing goggles down on the bottom there, but just an absolutely beautiful color and a very unique design. I've never seen a car like this before. Just all these little caps on the side here are really, really cool. Check that out. Very, very nice looking car. Nice classic European cars. Very, very cool Series 1 E-Type Coupe. The Giulia GT Veloce, very nice. And check it out. Beautiful black Dino 246 GT. That car is just getting a lot better with age and starting to get a lot more appreciated too. The value is starting to go through the roof on these old Dinos. And rightfully so. I think they look very good. They were pretty underrated before, but they are starting to pick up steam now on the market. Yeah, the muscle car lineup here at Cobble Beach is definitely a big standout, I would say, in terms of all the classes. Lots of rare muscle cars, all in just immaculate condition, like Beaumont Sport Deluxe 396, really rare. Another really rare car is the Hearst Olds from Oldsmobile with a 455 engine. This hood intake on it is super unique. I've never seen a design like that before. It's like backwards view with the two intakes, and the white and gold is pretty iconic livery for that car. Might have seen it before in Forza games. That's where I heard it from the first time. A 440 CUDA from Plymouth. That is really nice, obviously. Let's keep going down here.
Riviera,
1970 Buick GSX, yellow with the black, is very, very cool. The exposed gauge on the hood is a classic. Those old muscle cars that I really like. Keep going on the line. A AMC AMX 390.
Oh,
very cool. Again, just immaculate condition. The side pipes are awesome to see on that car too. AMC cars are just very uniquely designed as well. Nothing really like them. Mercury Cougar, and then what I think is the best here, the classic Dodge Chargers, the 68, and it's an RT. So obviously super desirable. This one looks like the one out of that movie Bullet, where they
drove it here.
I know the Mustang is probably more famous, the green one.
It's one of those better cars.
This is just so cool, and this is what the Mustang was chasing in the movie. So black on the white interior. And then my favorite part about the 68s is these rear circular taillights, which you don't get on the 69, and I don't think you get them on the 70 either. So that's what really makes it stand out for me. That's my favorite part about it. Just looks so, so good. This is my personal pick and favorite from the Concours, definitely the Ford RS200. So obviously built purposely for Group B rally racing, and they had to homologate it, so they had to build a certain amount of road cars. So only 200 of these made. I just love the classic rally lights, that unique styling on the air intake on the roof. A lot of cool little parts about this. If you look at the interior, there's actually two shift knobs in there. So you've got the gear shifter, and then there's that little tiny on the side of it which serves as a transfer case from switching quickly between rear wheel and all-wheel drive. So when you're changing surfaces on the rallies, it really, really helps. And then the back is pretty packed tight. So obviously that 2.1 liter Cosworth engine in there, the spare tires back there. double suspension, and in its top form, you could pump out nearly 600 horsepower out of a 2.1 liter in the mid-80s. So just a ballistic car. There's so many cool things about it. I absolutely love it. Lamborghini 350 GT, so the one that started it all, Lamborghini's first model. Obviously, we know the rest of the story where it went from there. The 350 GT is definitely a treat to see. Super rare, a lot of just cool design elements on it. Yeah, this is obviously before the Miura, so it's still the front-mounted V12, but this silver on red spec is very good looking. Actually, there's so many switches and gauges in this car, considering it's from the 60s. This was definitely ahead of its time, bit of a revolutionary design. But yeah, have a look at the back. Just how the windshield sort of hangs over the trunk is just such a cool design. The quad pipes, man, it's just so good. All the way from Massachusetts for Cobble Beach Concours. And then as you can see, there's a few other really good picks in this section. Okay, we saw the RS200, boom, another rally car, the Lancia Stratos from Bertone design. Definitely one of my favorites. Super desirable too. Incredibly unique design the Stratos is. It's pretty unmistakable if you do see one. It's a Stratos through and through, but they've aged so well. The value is just going through the roof on these things. Just incredible to see that. Another legend of rally racing. Got a very nice Countach over here, black on gold, like so sick. Very reminiscent of like the Cannonball Run spec. Here we go, just a front view of that Countach. Just such a classy looking design. Never gets old. You see the white interior too, and once again, just immaculate condition. Exterior, interior. The French plays a pretty nice touch too, but look how low to the ground it's sitting. Yeah, the Countach is just a legend. Ultimate poster car. Speaking of legend, how about that? XJ220 with the S kit from Tom Walkinshaw Racing. So Tom Walkinshaw Racing, very famous during the 90s especially, but they ran a lot of the factory Jaguar programs. So this was sort of their way of basically homologating like a GT1 XJ220 for the road. They only made 5 of these kits, which as you can see is very different from the standard XJ220, that big wing sticking off the back. Obviously a huge deal. We got the race spec BBS wheels. The front is completely different too, with these new low fog lights at the bottom. I think there's a bit of a power upgrade as well. But yeah, only 5 original kits. I don't think this is one of the original 5, but it is a legitimate Tom Walkinshaw Racing S kit, so that is pretty damn cool. And this is one of the only places you're going to see this car, so to have it on the field here at Cobble Beach is pretty damn cool, and this lineup is very remarkable. The XJ220S, the Countach, the Stratos, had that Pantera over there as well, 350 GT, just a lot of legendary cars here.
Our next special Corvette.
Look at this, Panos Roadster AIV. I do not think I've ever seen one of these in my life. Panos is a pretty, I don't know, like underrated or not so well-known American sports car company. They did a lot of Le Mans racing with the GTR1, the Esperante, but I think their Roadster AIV was their first road-going car. It had a Ford Cobra V8 in it, and you can see also has Roush wheels. I think it's like 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds. Open wheel, so it's very lightweight. So you can only imagine with that Cobra engine in it and the very tiny body and the lightweight, that would probably just melt your face off really fast. And huge shout out to the plates, just straight up Panos. That is a huge flex. This Mazda rotary powered Can-Am car. I think this is like maybe the junior Can-Am class, because it does look smaller than like the McLarens and the Porsches that raced in that class, but it's really cool. And yeah, Mazda rotary powered, so potentially could sound like a 787B, which would just be ridiculous. Nevertheless, anything that's rotary powered is really cool to see, especially in a race car. And look at that, 906 Carrera 6 Porsche from 1966. So a genuine Le Mans racer, how about that? Very, very cool to see. Such a unique body styling, and there's a lot of different variations of this car over the years, different facelifts, different modifications made throughout different races. This one's got those nice little canards or dive planes on the front. And yeah, not much to work with in there. You basically have go-kart seats inside of it. Yeah, the flat six, obviously. Some of them did have V8s in the back, but this one is the flat six, the classic Porsche powertrain. That is absolutely beautiful, though. My goodness.
Mr. Rob McLeish, our Chairman's Award. That fabulous Art Deco, very, very...
One of the coolest concept prototype cars you will ever see is this Pontiac Club Demare from 1956. Have you ever seen a design like this? Everything from the front to the back of this car is so damn unique. I mean, look at the intakes here. Just how they stretch all the way down to the front grille is so cool. All these very classic style looking wheels. These star designs on the side, and then that star design matches the interiors. Look at the carpet, all the sparkles in it. Absolutely remarkable. This light blue on the red too is very, very unique looking. And then the fin at the back is sort of reminiscent of like classic Le Mans style races like the Jaguar D-type, things like that. Lots of cool, interesting features to look at this car.
Our next beautiful Buick, 31 Sport Roadster.
We have a uniquely one-of-one classic Canadian sports car here. I will admit, I'd never heard of this before. The Ferguson Super Sport from 1967. Look at this like windshield, the cabin and everything. Such a unique design. Obviously, you can take the whole top off, but this guy apparently worked on the Avro aeroplane and then went on to build his own car that has a 289 Ford Crate V8 in it. There's the Canadiana logo on it, Ferguson Super Sport. So you learn something every day. Never even heard of this car before, but it's pretty damn cool looking. Almost looks like a classic TVR or something like that. The Ferguson Super Sport from 1967. This is the Buick LeSabre concept. Look at that thing. Holy. That is a crazy design. Look at that. It's like turbine style rear taillight at the back. Man, oh man. It's a big year for Corvettes, obviously, a big anniversary. 70 years of the Corvette. This one in particular, I did want to point out, the C2 Stingray, which is really nice, but it is rather unique because it does have this split window at the back, which was only done in 1963. So if you do see a split window C2 Corvette, it is a 1963. That's how you can tell. And they're obviously quite rare since they did only do them the 1 year. Yeah, there is that big old V8 exposed under the hood there. Everything obviously in immaculate condition, as you would expect at a concourse. For the Canadian audience here, this is actually a pretty special C606, the Ron Fellows special edition. If you look at these like Grand Sport style with the stripes on here, it's kind of hard to see in the light, but you can see the Ron Fellows marking. Obviously one of the great Corvette drivers of all time. You can see all of his GT1 championships from the American Le Mans series featured in the stripe there. Really cool little detail, and one that you might not know about is it's really just a Canadian special edition, this Corvette, so that's pretty damn cool.
From Toronto,
Buick Regal GNX rolling by. That is pretty damn rare. Even rarer than the Grand National. A couple of nice old Targas 930 and the OG 901. Very, very nice orange actually. And look at this beautiful 356 coupe. Absolutely immaculate. This looks like something straight out of Pebble Beach actually. The condition of these cars is just remarkable. The blue on the blue wheels, just remarkable. And then the sort of like bluish gray interior is really, really nice. Look at the blue dashboard too. Wow, that is very, very nice. This whole section here is really cool. All classic Porsches, as you can see, mostly 911s, except for this one 356. But what's really interesting about them is they've all been restored by different Porsche dealers around Canada. So each dealer shows up brings their own car, shows it off to get judged. It's very, very cool. So yeah, 56 from Saskatoon, and there's a lot of 930s actually. My favorite is down at the end of the row. We could do just a quick little walkthrough to see some of the old classic American cars rolling through behind us to the judging area. But yeah, a lot of cool restored 911s on display here. We're just coming up to my personal favorite. The white 930 is obviously very nice, but this one takes the cake for me. This like fashion gray, I think it is actual fashion gray that it's been repainted in. And just really, really nice with these orange accented wheels, the stripes. And I do believe they're like resto mod headlights too, so almost like a bit of a Singer vibe to this 930. And just have a quick look at the interior. Yeah, it's restored, so obviously everything is in really, really good shape with this one. Just head to the back. Really nice. And have a look at the center exit exhaust, which is pretty unique. Obviously, that is different from stock. You can see on this 930, you do have the exhaust just dumping out of the rear corner of the back bumper there. Spin around, as I mentioned, more classic American cars rolling by.
Corvette Z06 convertible, Danny Brackett from Orangeville, Ontario. Proud owner. Earl put 45,000 miles on it. He loved that car. First place in Class 18 prototype and concept. This way.
And there goes.
Up to the orange tent.
XJ220S, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, as you can tell, stuff is pretty much all rolling out now. What an incredible show. This is definitely the fanciest and most prestigious event that I have seen here in Southern Ontario. So yeah, definitely coming back to this next year. My first time here, definitely will be repeated. I mean, look at the scenery. Just watching the cars drive across Georgian Bay there is absolutely incredible. So thanks for tuning in. As always, guys, maybe let me know your favorite car in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Yay, not stuck. Let's go.